This is Richie from hempstore.com.au and I am with Darius from madeinhemp.com.au and Emily.
Hi.
We're going to do a THC saliva test after consuming some hemp animal food. Darius, Emily, you're both happy to consume these hemp products?
Sure.
And we're going to do a saliva test afterwards to prove to some Australian government members that THC is not present and will not show up in a saliva test. Is that correct? And you're both happy with this?
Sure.
Darius, you're in the hemp industry. You import hemp seed oil and hemp seed and hemp protein. This is obviously a lot to do with your industry. These twin window saliva drug test kits are exactly the ones used in workplaces around Australia, and also some police use these saliva test kits. So Emily, you've got some Australian hemp oil there. Normally you'd have a tablespoon a day. Looks like you've got at least 6 or 7 tablespoons there in a little shot glass.
Yep.
Let's hope you like the taste of it.
Thanks.
Wonderful. Now if you were going to test positive for THC, it would be with the consumption of, you know, an amount like that, you would think, because that's about a week's worth of doses there. Darius is pouring the same amount.
What's the taste like?
Tastes nutty. It tastes good. And it doesn't even really taste like oil.
Nice.
Gonna crack the seeds?
Emily, you're going to crack the Nutiva shelled hemp seeds, certified organic, an American company using Canadian hemp seeds.
How many teaspoons shall I have?
Well, the average serve is about 30 grams, which is about 2 to 3 teaspoons. So let's assume that you should have perhaps 10 teaspoons. Just basically consumed probably about 3 to 4 days worth of hemp oil and hemp seed, possibly even more, because you might not necessarily consume both of these products in these quantities in one day. You would certainly consume reduced amounts of those if you were to have oil and seed. Okay, now these kits have been purchased at great expense. These little doozies aren't cheap. We've gone for the best of the best. They're a 2-window job. Drug White 5 Plus is the brand of these. Similar brand used by the police and identical to those used in workplaces around Australia. Now you need to move the cap in the direction of the arrow until the word press is entirely visible.
Yep.
Remove the blue sample collector from the white test cassette. Advise the test person to move their tongue around the bottom of the cheek approximately 3 times. With saliva collector, wipe the saliva from the tongue or interior of the cheek with the sampling pads.
So just drag it down the tongue?
Just wipe it around.
Wipe it around?
Yes, wipe the sample collector, wipe the saliva with the tongue. That's it. So good, that's it. Hold the test cassette. Oh, no, hang on. Place the blue sample collector back onto the white test cassette and press home. Both sampling pads must lock in with audible click.
Clicked.
Hold the test cassette vertically with the ampule at the bottom. Squeeze with the ampule at the bottom, that's correct.
Yep.
Squeeze thoroughly on the word press with the thumb until the ampule breaks. Hold the cassette upright, vertical, for 10 to 15 seconds. So after this, we're going to have a 10-minute break, but as you guys as witnesses, and as me, Richie from Hemp Store, we are witnessing and observing these 10 minutes without tampering of these tests. So once the 15 seconds are up, which I think they would be, let's return them to a horizontal state and lay the test on a horizontal surface and commence timing. So we'll be back in 10 minutes and we'll have a look at the results then. So 10 minutes starting now.
You can see it start to creep across.
Okay, 10 minutes is up and we're ready to look at our tests. So guys, let me just confirm with you that in the instructions here it says that we're looking for 2 red lines, so a total of 4 red lines. There's a control line, which is what we're going to hope to see, and if these results have failed, then we'll be seeing 4 red lines on the windows. So Emily, this is your test.
This is my test.
We haven't touched this or moved it in the 10 minutes that we've been waiting.
Nope, you guys have been boring me silly.
Okay, so let's have a look here.
So that's CL.
That's right.
A clear line,
Yes.
which means that the test has worked. If I test positive for cannabis, it would have come up a line next to it here under CA.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Good to know. Okay, so you're in the clear.
I am in
You're
the
free to
clear.
go.
Thanks.
Fantastic.
Officer.
Now Darius, I'm a little bit worried about your test.
Fear not. Now we've
That's-
got the same result here.
Fantastic.
The control line clearly shows that the test has worked, and that
then-
we've got a nil result there for any contraband.
Fantastic. Richie from Hemp Store signing out. Thanks, and hopefully we see hemp foods available in Australia very soon. Okay.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.